Alrighty, g'day everyone. Good morning. Hope you're having a great day. I'm just going to make a little bit of a pour over here today. And let a few of you come on board. Then we'll have a coffee together. Hopefully you've got a coffee there ready to go. Hopefully it's something tasty. And yeah, I'm going to go through a few other little cool things a little bit later. We're going to show you some hot new products. We've got two new products. The Puq Navigator, which is from Puq Press essentially, which is a distribution, the word I can't say, needling tool. And then also got the NCD Pulse. So two cool hot products coming up there. But I thought I'd just make you a bit of a pour over here. So I'm just using the full pour over stand, Hario gear. You know, pour over still is something that you can just take your time, enjoy, and really just chill out and make a beautiful coffee. You know, espresso, milk coffees are always pretty quick and fast, and it gets us going each day, but sometimes you just got to chill out and enjoy a bit of the day, enjoy the process, and enjoy the moment. So just try to get that one to get on the timer there. Not liking that at the moment. I think we need to do an update on this Achaia scale, to be honest. There we go. Cool. So using our recipe for our Finca Mushbal, which is a beautiful single at the moment. Super tasty. It's a Mexico coffee. We've got an altitude of about 1,500 meters above sea level. It's a honey process, so definitely that unique sort of flavour is going to come through in that coffee. And then from the processing essentially, and we're saying it's going to be honeydew melon, dried apricot, and a bit of caramel. So smelling pretty good. Got some good flavours. So we're using 15 grams to 200 in this recipe with the water at 93 degrees. So we've got that all ready to go out of the stag. I'm going to do a 50 gram bloom. Oh, I just messed that up. Look at that. I've got my hot water to preheat sitting in there. Didn't I just mess that up? Got to start again. No worries. How was it? Did you enjoy that one? Brilliant. Alrighty. Round two. Alright, so just gonna pop in our filter. Let's just talk through the whole process. I preheated my cup essentially, but what I did is I forgot to empty the water out from the bottom container in the server. So essentially I was just watering down my whole brew, which I don't normally do that, but maybe just a little bit of pressure there. Making a mistake, you know, we all make mistakes. If you've got any questions, pop them on there. Ryan is behind the camera and we can get that, get those questions answered for you for sure.
There is a question there for you, Luke.
Yeah.
Do you have those hoodies and new t-shirts in stock yet?
The new, who's that from?
Denny Smith.
Jimmy just sent me a new design for a new hoodie, which is just going to be a team hoodie. We didn't really sell a lot of hoodies out there. Oh gee, it's a unique hoodie colour that is we're looking at the minute, and we'll just we'll confirm that by the end of the day. So I just got a design. We don't have any of these ones because we did do some caramel coloured ones last year, which were wonderful. Really love the look. So we're just thinking what we can mix it up a little bit this year. It'd have to be a very specific pre-order because sizes, all that kind of stuff. It's really hard to hold the right amount of stock. So maybe we do it. Maybe pre-order only.
So Denny actually said, so love your videos. I've learned so much. You guys are fantastic. In WA, I want some.
All right, well, we'll get back to you on that one. We'll put that on maybe a social post if we launch it.
Stay tuned.
It'll be limited editions only. It'll be like a team jumper, and I guess maybe if people want a team jumper, we could do it. We've been guilty of producing lots of merch and probably got a little bit left over in some areas. So I don't want to be wasteful. I want to make sure that we are doing a good cycle, keep it a little bit fresh, and yeah, making sure that we're not not wasting stuff. So again, at the 15 grams, 250 mils, we're looking to do a 50 gram bloom, which is going to be the first part of that pour. I've got the grind up to 621 on the ZM over here. So it's a little bit coarser than we put into our batch brewer. I did one just before and it was just choked up and got a little bit slow towards the end. So looking to get a drawdown time there of 2.5 minutes. So we're just going to leave it for those 30 seconds and then we'll pop in 100 grams. So we'll do 50, 100, 100.
Denny said, can I have yours, Luke?
Can you have mine? I do have one of everyone.
Take the shirt off your back.
This is the thin hoodie. There's a whole different range of hoodies. Hoodies, everyone loves hoodies, but it's very unique. Like either get a zipper, a lightweight, or a heavyweight. And we've had them all. This is the lightweight one. This is a very, you can tell this is my one because I snagged it on the table the other day. There's actually a big tear in that. So, you know, to give this one off my back, it's very special now as well.
Denny said we need the Artisti Lamazocco hoodie.
Artisti Lamazocco hoodie. Well, look, we could look at it, but we'll see. We've got a bit to do. In that distraction there, I lost that time on that pour. So, you know what? Now we're just freestyling, and that's what's good about coffee. You know, timing, just throw it out the window. Who cares? Anyway, we'll get a different, that's a much longer bloom, right? That's a minute 30 bloom. So not really up to that one normally. It's not a size that I would normally be looking to do. But you know what, you taste your mistakes. That's the key thing about coffee. A lot of people think, oh, I'm just gonna throw it out because it was a second over or second under or whatever. But if you start to taste that, you'll really start to understand what's happening with that coffee, with a little bit of over extraction, a little bit under, or is it good? You know, some coffees, even though you've got a recipe, you do need to start to play with it a little bit. You need to, you know, maybe run a bit of water through it, run a little bit faster, and you'll start to get more balance perhaps in that cup. So that's one thing that you'll see Jimmy, our competition barista, has taught me. He says, just taste everything, taste all your mistakes, understand what's happening with the coffee, because if it's a huge amount of bitterness in over extraction, or is it just giving you more balance, you'll maybe look to do that, you know, in your recipe changes, because a recipe is a guide and you need to change it to taste. So that's a key one for sure. You got any questions, pop them down below. Happy to answer those today. But just playing with a little bit of a pour over here on the Finca Muxbal from Muxbal. I can never say those things right. From Mexico. And like I said earlier, we've got two cool little products we're going to show you, the NCD Pulse, and we've got the Puq, well, I'm calling it a Puq Prep Navigator. So it's a really cool little needling tool, an automatic one. And I guess that's off the back of us last week playing with the Swan grinder as well, which just does a really light, fluffy grind. So I guess we're trying to say, well, do we need to have Puq Preps and good distribution? I've got to learn how to say that word, so that we can actually maybe not need these tools. You know, that's a big question out there, because you don't always want to have to be playing with every single puck if you don't have to. It obviously takes time, slows things down. If you've got the time at home, that's fine to play. But in peak service, you don't want to be any slower than you have to be. That's for sure.
Hey Luke,
yeah.
Hannah has a question for you.
Yes. What's the question?
Your go-to coffee order?
Oh yeah, so it's a long black for sure. I do love a stronger long black in the smaller little cups. That's my everyday coffee and all day coffee pretty much. On the singles, so I like to go on a little bit of a journey along the way. I like it in these ones here. 190 ml cup, 150 ml of water, cooled down to 75 degrees, and a double on top of that one as well. So yeah, that's my go-to, multiple times a day. And then if I'm in a hurry, I'll go batchy, because we do have the batchies running here. Pour overs are great as well. It's just time, just finding the time to make one. Little tip about a pour over is pop the lid on straight away. A lot of people leave them open and all the volatile aromas will just disappear. So you want to serve it like that, get it to the customer. There's a lot of debate about this is actually wrecking your pour overs because you're allowing all of those flavors to dissipate. So already cool containers that you might be decanting into, but just get it sealed up, get it served to the customer, and you'll keep all that really nice volatiles for you to enjoy, because that's what it's about. Yeah.
Have you tried ristretto shots in your long black, Luke?
Yes, definitely. I'm happy with the ristretto. We do a double ristretto usually, but I don't mind if people go a little bit longer on it. The team here, what do you normally serve me? Do you do a ristretto or a double in the long blacks when you get them?
We just hold the middle button.
40 mil.
40 mil, yeah.
Yeah, it's a 40 mil shot out of 23 grams of coffee. So a little bit, close to a 2-to-1, but just a little bit shorter. We find the shots open up. Rodney, how are you, sir?
Good.
So there you go. That is pour over. Bit wild because I missed that big bloom. Okay. Okay, it's not the first one of these actually. I've been drinking the Ethiopian from last month still. Absolute cracker last month. I did love that. This is yeah, okay. A little bit earthy, a little bit woody on that one. Maybe just my really long bloom, but still balanced. Good sweetness, good acidity.
Down the wrong pipe, mate.
Hurrying, trying to drink coffee on the go. So anyway, big news. If you didn't catch it last week, really for this audience, this is what's created this change. We are shipping 100% live to the US. So you can jump onto our artisticoffee.com site and order. We've got all the coffee up there. A little bit of merch is available. And thank you for those people that are ordering. We did ask for you to do a survey to give us a bit of an idea of what it's about. Now, we know we're not going to be the cheapest coffee. That's not our goal at all, but we're trying to be competitive, that's for sure. We offer a specialty coffee offering. It's super expensive to ship to the US. I think it costs us $30 to $35 a bag. So we're subsidising a huge amount of that to try and get that to the door. So we appreciate there's a little bit of a margin or amount you've got to pay for shipping. We're finding anything over the kilos, we're using FedEx, and it's getting in really quick, between 6 and 8 days, which is fantastic. If you're under that size, we'll use Australia Post. It saves us a little bit of money. Just takes a little bit longer. So you've got options there. On the website, you can pick which courier you want to use and what price, essentially, you're going to pay for shipping. So a bit of an option there for you. But thanks everyone who has been ordering this last week. It's been great. It's allowing us just to really get in the rhythm of pumping out quite a few of those orders. And the EDM went out to all of our databases to say, hey, go give it a go. So if you've got the email, there is a discount code that you can use there to save some money. So check that out. If you're not already subscribed to our email list, jump on it and you'll make sure you get some of those deals. And then if you fill out our survey, you've got a special deal. You've got an even bigger discount. So that's another special EDM that you would have been sent. So check that out, and we appreciate you. The feedback was great. Thank you. We had some assumptions of what we were looking to try and achieve, but essentially you've definitely clarified what we wanted to do and try and achieve. So that's all there for you. Over time, we'll start to open that up a little bit, but just to let you know, right now for us, we're coming into our end of financial year, so we've got some bigger sales in Australia that we'll be focusing on, and some cool ranges and some more cool products coming out. So you start to see probably more of that on our channel. Jimmy's still doing a bit around the cafes and quality coffee, and that's fine. You might see a bit more reviews and things like that coming from me around products, because that helps us, sell some products into Australia and give people the information they're looking for. So yeah, that's kind of cool. If you've got any questions, pop them down below. Happy to answer them as well. So just make sure you pop them in. There's a few there. I don't know if you missed any there, but is that all pretty good at the moment still?
We're all up to date.
All up to date. That's cool. International shipping's good. What else?
I wonder if anyone caught the Swan video.
Oh yeah, the Swan. Yeah, has anyone caught the Swan video? It was, it's been really interesting having it in the bar and just playing with different things. The quality of the coffee is definitely good. The grind quality is super light and fluffy. And I guess what I said was, is that what you're chasing? And that's probably the one thing everyone forgets about. Do you just want to keep repeating what you've always done? Or do you go on a search to actually make a better cup of coffee for your customer? And I think that's really what this grind is doing for us. You've got a variable speed of 100, 150 or 200 RPM with a really big conical burr set. There's no heat being applied, and certainly accurate dosing as well. So it's pretty cool. It's very interesting. We still haven't got a defined answer because there's just so many of those options that we can play with. We are finding a bit of a lower dose is suiting us as well in the baskets, just to allow for it to really expand and bloom. It's definitely running faster in the shops, which I showed you in the video. So we do have to grind finer to make sure that we can get the yields and the times that we need. So it's been really interesting. There hasn't been a grinder that's made us really look at our recipes and our flavour profile for many years. So yeah, it's an exciting time for sure. A lot of questions around that one as well. I'm sure there's going to be more advancements. There always is, always about connectivity and other things. But man, it's a great grinder. Right now, you can jump in, get yourself a awesome machine. If you're looking for one of those in Australia, we can certainly help you out. If not, find your local Lamazocco dealer. Tell them you watch our video. That'd be great. And yeah, hopefully you get yourself a cracking grinder in your cafe.
Play with one of these new toys,
Let's
mate.
have a look at a couple of these toys. So you'd be familiar with us using the good old NCD. If you haven't seen one of those, it's basically a distributing tool. So it sits on top of your, please, after you, sir. Once you've got your handle out there, I can pinch that one. Whoop. Yeah, I'll use it. So,
I might actually.
Puq Prep. Puq Prep is definitely the magic word or the buzzword going around at the moment. What you do to your coffee when it gets into here is key. You know, we always talk about the grinder having good grind quality. No doubt, that's a huge part. But how you get your grinds into your handle, what you do with it from here to when it gets to the machine is crucial to quality of coffee. It's all about the extraction, the flow of water through that coffee bed, and the TDS, or what you pull out of this coffee into the cup, which gives you the flavour that you're after. So, you know, a dosing pot is something we always look at doing, just by inverting like that. If we were just to remove that, okay, I actually did a pretty good job. It's pretty level.
I'm going to flip this camera around, Luke,
Yeah,
and then
I'm
I'm going to chase you
Okay, cool.
so everyone can see what's going on.
Yeah, cool.
How's
so,
that?
Yeah, great. So you can see here, there's some little clumps and things, but if we were just to tamp that now, there's too much coffee on this side. There's a big ring around the outside here, it hasn't been filled, and there's a big divot as well. So if it's not an even extraction, or an even coffee bed, the water's just gonna channel and go down all of this side here. So getting a puck level, you know, you can sort of, if you want it to come, the grind to come towards you, you tap it on the side and it will chase towards you. You can see those moving across. And again, in this corner here, if I wanted to, I could tap and level it. Now, if you can see clearly there's some cool, I should do that. You can see the balls starting to form, so static balls. So that's what we want to try and eliminate, because the water won't go through that static ball as easy as it will over here where there's either a hole or an air pocket. So the good old NCD is allowing you to have a plus sign essentially and just distribute that coffee a little bit better. So if we were to pop it on and give it a spin, okay, it's not tamping the coffee, it's distributing the coffee. So there's still a little bit more where we want to then collapse this coffee right down. But you can see that sometimes if it's poorly done, you'll see there's actually a bit of a, you might not pick it up, there's a slight line here where it was a little bit lower. So that would actually allow the water to go through and process a lot faster. Now where all this comes into play is when you've got these double spouts, you don't really see what's going on because it's all happening inside the basket, and essentially it hits the side of the basket, but it still comes out like a nice drip out two spouts. So if you want to pick up your game on espresso, the first thing you have to do is get a naked portafilter handle or a bottomless portafilter, because you can see what's happening. Now the first thing people say is, oh, they're messy. And all that says is you need to extract coffee better, you need to do more puck prep straight away to get a better yield. Because that messy comes because the water goes so fast and it just hits the little hole in the actual basket and then just pressurizes and goes out. So you want to get that even. You want that water to go through that coffee bed perfectly. So an NCD is definitely the first sort of tool to look at. The other one that you would look at is in probably the home space. We don't tend to do it in the cafe space as much because it does take a little bit more work. Okay, is your needling tools. So if you had your coffee in a basket at any point, you could then, let's say it's all fluffed up and to these big clumps, you've got to break those down. And it's like sieving flour. So if you're a baker, you'll know what's going on here. It'll fluff up and become less clumpy. So you're going to do the bottom, then you do the middle of the actual coffee bed, and then you get on the top. Okay, get your little Zen garden thing going on, but just little rotations is always the best. And you want to find good needles that are very fine. Some of these can be a little bit clumpy when they are a bigger sized needle. I can't remember the measurement. I think it's 0.6 or below is definitely what you're looking for. These ones are good, they're cheap, and it's the best way to get yourself some less channeling in a coffee basket. Now again, what do you do from here? Well, you'd want to just do one tap on the bench just to collapse it. You could then use your distributor on top, moving that light fluffy coffee around, and then you can give that a tamp. So this is a video I'm thinking about shooting actually, and showing you the differences between all these steps. And you know, you put it on a naked basket and you'll be able to see what some of those differences are. I probably won't go down the whole level of TDS and things just yet, because that's a big long video, but definitely want to show you what's going to happen in terms of channeling and issues in a basket. So that's the manual processes that we've had. And we do this, we use this for home because it takes a little bit more time, but it gives you a great result and the cheapest way to do it. You can go and grab something for sure. NCD, yes, sorry, stealing all their tools. But the NCD in a cafe is good. It's just better than nothing. And so chucking that tool on there, giving it a quick spin, it's quick and easy. It's definitely a great way to go. So what we've got here is a couple of cool products. We've got the Navigator and we've also got the NCD Pulse. Okay, so these are the two hottest products, and you're going to see us using these and talking about them a lot more. So I'm going to look at the Navigator first. So first time opening this, to be honest, so have yet to actually, oh, that's a fully, yeah, that'd be good. Use it. Yeah, use it. That was WDT'd and everything. It was, it's going to change your extractions. Okay, so it is essentially a needling tool or an electronic needling tool, and it will sit on top of your group handle. So we'll pop that out here. Oh, it's well packaged. It's quite a firm, actually, unit. It's like a metal casted product there, and that's cool. And you've got a set of needles which actually sort of can move freely. They're not a fixed needle, which is interesting. So that will help it. There you go. You can see that wiggle. See them wiggle, which is cool. And it looks like you've got another set there. I don't know if that's a different thickness needle or it's I don't know. We're going to learn a lot about this. Actually, they look like they're all varying needle sizes at a quick glance. But anyway, that's where we're going to do the research. So what happens is you grab your group handle. Hang on. Show. You're spilling milk over there, mate.
No, that was.
Everyone saw that.
I know. Sorry. I'm usually better.
So you sit it on top of your basket group handle like that, and you grind straight in, and it auto senses, and it will actually start to do a needling process. This will start to spin and go crazy. It's totally flat right now, so I don't think it's actually going to work. Oh, it's got 78% battery. There you go. And you can obviously change the speed and how the duration and a few other things, which again, I don't know much other than taking it out of the box just yet, but it looks cool. So essentially as the grind goes in, it does all the needling, you can take it out, you can then do your distributing with an NCD, and away you go. So is this a product that allows you to have a much better quality for commercial? Well, possibly. Be interesting. We'll do some tests and look forward to sharing that with you for sure. So we'll get that one properly charged up. Oh, well, there you go. Whoa, it's spinning. There you go, I can press it and make it work. It's kind of cool.
Why don't you grind a shot in?
I reckon we do it. Let's do it.
Have a look.
All right. So there's a couple little things which we find a bit tricky about it is access obviously to some of the grinders. So right now I can't really fit that in there because of the dosing pot setup, but we can drop our tray and make that work. All right, this is just on standard setting, so I might just pop it there for a seckie. Okay, so let's see if that automatically does its thing. No, there must be a setting that I've got to change it to, but let's just give that a little go. Wow. It's interesting. That's a really big dose in a very small basket, just to be clear. So it has overflowed because that's only a 18 gram basket, and I've put 22.5 grams of coffee in there. But that was pretty cool. I'd like to see that work.
Do it again.
What I might do, I might just steal this handle. All right, let's be fair with this. Nah, let's just do this. Hang on. I wonder if there's a way, if I can work this out.
It's probably easier to grind straight into the handle there, Luke, and then just put it on top.
I'm trying to get it to work. I'm trying to get it to actually activate automatically. SPD, I don't know what SPD means. All right, so we've got our clumpy. Oh, look at that clumpy, super clumpy. That's what you want to get rid of, right? That's the whole idea. It's pretty good. One little tap. You're about to do a shot there. You do your normal process. All right.
Yep.
All right, so you do a manual versus the new Navigator. I'll give that exactly the same. Look at this, see, just showed it. So look how high and it's like not really distributed that well. So that's what that NCD is going to do. He's going to tap towards it. That's it, get it reasonably flat and level. There's a few clumps in there. So really what we're looking at is different needling essentially and helping the flow. So you're going to do your shot, I'll do mine. What do you do? Which one are you hitting? Stretto?
Yep.
All right. Just a time experiment here, just to see what happens. So there you go, yours has come out in 8 seconds. This one came out about 8 as well. Initially, mine's looking a bit darker and richer. It looks like it. Well, there you go. 19 seconds, 18 seconds. So a second faster, which you'd probably expect because the water's going to flow through a lot more evenly. Is this a coffee for somebody? For you. Let's do 2 coffees.
2 coffees?
Let's do 2 coffees, same milk. And we'll taste it. See if we can taste the difference. Let's do it. All right, so what we're going to do, turn away for a second. Don't look. All right, we're just going to swap them around a little bit and see if you can pick the difference. All right, come back. Which is which? You don't know.
I actually don't know.
What are you going to pour us, Luke?
Oh,
What's the pattern for the day, mate?
we'll just go tulips. All right. Oh, feeling like I'm a little bit shy on milk here. Actually, look at that. Perfect amount of milk. Oh, 2 pretty good lattes there.
Pretty even.
Not quite a matching set in a latte art comp. I would be, yeah, critiquing myself pretty poorly there. There's a lot of variations, but anyway, you know, it's
Let's taste them.
pretty good. All right, you taste that one. I'll taste this one, and we'll see what we can notice the difference. Give that one a go.
There is a difference.
There is a huge difference.
This
Which one
one's-
would you pick?
I'll pick this one. Very smooth.
Yeah, it's so smooth.
Yeah, not too bold like this one's a bit bold.
Yeah. Wow. That is so good.
That one's yours.
That's the Navigator.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Okay, let's just do a randomised test. Let's see if anyone else can pick this, all right? Let's go for the wander. The left hand is Navigator. This is just a normal Puq press. No, what did I say? NCD. All right. randomised control here. We can see who can pick, who likes these or these coffees
Who's
better.
got the best palate?
Who's got the best palate? All right. Just pick a left or right.
No, not me.
No, just taste
There you
difference.
go.
Taste difference.
Prakash reckons she's got a good palate.
Prakash, come on. Just taste and then just pick which one you like the best.
I'm gonna give you a back to it.
Yep, same hand.
That one's pretty tasty.
Like that one? Yeah. There you go. All right. Which one would you like, sir?
Oh,
Why do you like it? What did you notice?
That one was more, I don't know, there was not bitter, because we don't use that word here.
Yep.
But that one was lighter and creamier.
Okay. Lighter and creamier. Which one do you like better?
Yeah, that one.
Yep. Okay. Interesting.
That one has like, yeah, a bit of afterbite to it.
Hey, okay. That's 3 from 3. 4 from 4 actually. We all picked that same cup.
Oh,
Good to know.
There you go.
What's the difference?
This is using the new Navigator Puq Press needling tool.
Oh,
Yeah.
there you go.
Versus just and they had NCD on top and that had NCD on top, but yeah,
No distribution.
no, none at all. There you go. Woo, there you go. So 4 from 4. You want to taste? There you go. You want to taste? Go on. You want to try them, Ryan? You good? There you go. Very cool. Very cool. Everyone picked the Navigator.
The Navigator.
Well, there you go. First test, first play. Everyone loves the balanced, really, what it is. It brought this beautiful caramel toffee flavour coming through. There wasn't as much acidity or that rich, full-on flavour that was there. Yeah, very different. Very, very different. So we find that when we do play with different grinders, so if you've got a conical or a flat burr and things like that, that's definitely the case. And that's what's happening with the Swan at the moment as well. And we've just got to try and work out the profile of whether we like that creaminess and richness. But that was super buttery and a much tastier brew for sure. I'm just going to try and turn that on, give it a little bit of a, no, a little bit of a clean, I guess. There you go. Not sure how to clean it up 100%, but first go, first crack, that is a winner. Winner for sure. So looking forward to playing with that a little bit more in a couple of videos. So I guess that's the first part. We're saying, okay, we can go and do needling ourselves. We know needling has a huge impact. And then the distributing would be the second part. So the difference here in the new NCD Pulse is we've got a little docking cradle like this, which you charge it up essentially, and it usually sits on the docking cradle like that. Now, what it does is you get a couple of options to increase or decrease the vibration that it's going to have as you're doing your spinning. So there's probably a little bit of power in this maybe, might not be. She's totally flat, that's okay. So you can still use your same depth gauge and set this so that it's not tamping, it's distributing. You still want to have room to be able to press this coffee down. But essentially you turn it on and you've got options 1 and 2, and as you spin, it will vibrate. And that's designed to get all the fines all the way up to the boulders and then re-level them essentially as you're spinning it and compacting or leveling out that coffee. So that's another cool tool which we're looking forward to playing with. I know Jim's played with the originals of these and the prototypes in his previous role, so he's pretty excited to have those and he wants to use them in the competition as well. So yeah, looking forward to seeing how that performs. But there you go, some really quick, rustic kind of test there, but very easy to see that if you do something with your coffee prep, you are going to get a much better flavour. And balanced is probably the best way to consider what you're going to be chasing. So, you want to have a quick test? A, B? Go on. A, B. Which one do you like? A, B. Yep. Which one do you like the best?
Thank you very much. Hey, Nick, how are you, buddy?
So, one might be different to another maybe?
Yeah.
Yep. Which one do you like the best?
I like this one.
Yep.
Only because it tastes a bit more like a traditional espresso based latte.
Yep.
That one had a little bit more like fruity, florally kind of notes, I guess. A little bit more. It was different for sure.
Okay, cool.
But that one seemed a bit more like a traditional espresso based
Awesome.
latte.
Well, there you go. That's
you
the Navigator again.
Yep.
So it's needling essentially
Yeah,
on the Puq. So everyone picked that cup.
Yeah. Right. So that one.
Yep.
And that was just without or
Just what we do normally.
normal? Okay. Oh wow, cool.
Yeah, so we've got a lot more balance, I think, more flavours, more caramel sort of smoothness coming through.
Yeah, nice.
That's cool, really cool. Yeah, we haven't got them on our website yet, but we better get them up so people can start to buy them and have a play and see what you think. So,
I'm going to
cool.
go back to a few questions here,
a
Luke.
couple of questions, let's go for it.
Where do we go to?
Rapid fire questions.
So Denny again from WA. Which La Marzocco home coffee machine do you think is the best one to get, Luke?
Best is, that's a really hard one because we don't know about budgets and so on, but they're all good. If you can afford the mini up from the Micra, I think everyone will be a lot more happier because you've got shot timers and you've got a little bit more space to work with. That's the general feedback. If you're stuck with space and you've got to be small, the Mikra's great, but probably not ideal for the bigger cups and things like that. Bigger frothing usually, but the qualities on all the La Marzocco's is great across the whole board. The thing that people find about La Marzocco is that they respectfully have come off a Bambino or a Breville product and they just can't understand how to deal with huge pressure of steam. And that's the big thing. You need to learn how to use it. So baristas like us that get to play on these high volume, high pressure machines can handle that pressure. So a lot of people are looking at La Marzocco's and decreasing the steam pressures, which you can, that's fine. It's a great ability, or looking for different steam tips to slow it right down to get better quality milk. But I urge you, if you're gonna get one of these machines, learn to be better. Learn to, produce a better quality milk out of those machines and learn to froth better, and you'll have an awesome product. Again, if you want pressure profiling, you have to go up to the GS3. It's cool, it's fun. It's just a lot of money to have that process. If you're only a person that loves black coffee and you want to buy some beautiful singles like our Finca Mujbal, and then really dial in the temperatures and dial in pressure, then you'd look at that machine. Otherwise, yeah, go the Mini. The Mini is definitely a good one all around with the app control, temperature controls, and access to the pump. So you could actually set that a little bit lower if you wanted lower pressure. So, yeah.
Cool. Randall says hello from Florida. Got the champion shipment. Delicious.
Hey Randall, great, mate. Thanks for your support, really appreciate it. How long did it take to get there? I'd really be interested to see how long that took. If you can remember, that'd be great.
Let us know.
Yeah.
Next comment comes from Not Sure.
Okay.
And Not Sure said, do you serve iced coffee? A few places have told me no, they can't. I don't get it. Espresso shot with ice and water, is this common? One cafe even told me IGA next door sells them.
Oh wow, okay, that's pretty wild. So I guess for years iced coffee was espresso, some ice cream, and then a bit of chocolate or something on top of it. That's what we would call an iced coffee, but we don't serve those here. We serve iced lattes and a lot more of them. So essentially that is ice, your espresso, and a big amount of milk, ready to go, and off you go. So it's kind of what you might buy again from the supermarket or shop or something like that, but a far better quality, and the ratio of espresso is far higher to milk than you would find in any of those pre-made products. So we serve heaps of those. I don't know why you wouldn't serve them. Usually offer them in 2 sizes, and they just fly out the door. They're quick and easy to make, so far quicker than having to froth milk and deal with it. So yeah, definitely.
A few comments on the Navigator.
Yeah.
Patrick Long said, just an expensive toy that only nerds will use.
Full on, yeah, 100%. Like, it's $700, I think. Don't quote me on that, but it's up there for sure.
Not Sure said, imagine Italians using these.
No chance.
There we go. We'll go down a bit further. Someone suggested that you should taste both espressos first before the milk goes in.
Yeah,
on
definitely.
On those two to compare those.
Yep.
Small Sneakers said, am I late? I just saw you were on live. How much longer are you going live for? We're probably nearly done.
Probably nearly done, but you can go back and rewatch it. It'll be there. You'll see. We made a pour over to start with, and then we started talking about distribution. I can't say that word. Distribution, and the needling, doing manualing, and then introducing those 2 products around the Navigator, which is the automatic needling, and then the NCD Pulse, which has a vibration activated as you use the NCD tool. So it's really cool stuff and a great demo. Like, go back and watch it. If you just joined, we had a play and we went through the whole team and everyone picked the coffee that had the needling from the Navigator on that one. So really good.
Profile on this next one looks familiar. James Evans says hi.
Oh, hello, James Evans, joining us. I don't know where he is today.
Small Sneakers said, do you recommend the Sunbeam Slimline coffee machine? I see that Sunbeam have a few new machines out, and I think that's one of their new machines. So we played with Origins, Sunbeam Origins. Yeah, we did a video on that, but
they brought one out, and I think they brought a couple other ones out now.
Experience with the Slimline?
No, we haven't had much to do with the Sunbeams. Definitely Breville's been a bit more supportive. But yeah, maybe with someone from Sunbeams there and they want us to have a looky-see, yeah, we'll give it a crack.
So Jack50N said, will you have the Z7R water filter cartridges available on your site? I can actually see one on the shelf up there.
Right up there, ready to go. If it's not on the website, that's interesting. Should be there. Should be up there as a product for sure. If it's not there and you can't find it, just pop us an email and we'll get that one sorted.
Kerry says, I wish I could work there.
We are looking for people. We need some people.
What do we have positions available for?
All right, so look, thanks to everyone's support, we are obviously growing in our online space. So we need a couple of people. We need to really look at this as, I guess, our different business. We really need someone to take charge of our Shopify store, help us get product lines up, listen to customers, help us get the orders ready, printed essentially, and labels done, and get that down to the production team. But then we want someone to actually run the store, like, think about new product lines, look at the pricing, and really get that side of it running, and liaising with, I guess, the designers. So we've got our USA site and the Australian site. We treat them as different businesses, basically, because we know we're going to have a different range of things going into the US. So we're looking for that e-commerce person that can really nail that internal side of Shopify. And then we're looking for some people to help us, I guess, run the actual websites as well. That would be a really handy, I guess, a team that we're trying to build. And then that will then on flow to, I guess, a marketing side as well. So someone that can really help people like Ryan and myself and Jimmy just say, hey guys, this is your deadline. We want you to produce this content because this product is going live in 2 weeks and you have to do your review, you have to have it all ready so that we can sell it. Because that's one thing that we have to do ourselves. We find it a bit tricky. I know we produce a video every single week and Ryan's fantastic at giving us a bit of a nudge. But we do struggle with that, the actual organisation of it, because it does take a lot of time once we shoot to produce. So I think we're looking for someone in that space as well, to just be an organiser. And yeah, they're the key roles that we need at the moment. If there is someone that's got that Shopify style experience and is local to us, we'd want you to be here, obviously, and might have to pack a couple of orders on different days. But yeah, that's definitely the roles that we have. Jump on our jobs page on our website, the Artisti site. I don't think that will be obviously on the US site, but
about, if you go to the About tab,
and then
coffee
jobs,
go down to
coffee careers, that's it.
On the About tab.
And then we have those jobs available. So we do get a lot of resumes from international people, and look, we appreciate you're sending them to us. We just don't really have an avenue there to understand the visas and the employments and things. It's just not what our space is good at doing. So yeah, if you've got a visa and you're in Australia and you can work here, yes, definitely, please send us your resume, and yeah, we'll be in touch for sure. Hey, one thing I do wanted to shout out, probably more for the Australian viewers, is that a lot of people who are buying from our store don't realise that if you put in an order or an inquiry on our chat or something like that around a coffee machine or a piece of equipment, it'll be most likely me ringing you and saying, hey, is this the right machine for you? Do you need a grinder? Do you need any accessories? Let's make sure you get the whole pack all sorted for you. So a lot of people are surprised when they start talking and they realise that they are talking to the guy in the video. So that's the kind of support that you can get from our site. There are a lot of websites out there selling the same stuff, but you can't ring them. You can't even get a response from an email. Good luck finding tracking other than some sort of bot that's going to tell you where it's at. So that is the difference by dealing with Artisti. You will get that personalised service, and we just do our best. We are pumping out lots of orders. We try and have everything in stock when we do sell it, but sometimes we might have to wait 1 or 2 days to get that from a supplier. If not, we do drop ship all over Australia. So all the Brevilles, the Leeds, Barats can be all drop shipped, and the other suppliers that we deal with as well are really happy and helpful in doing that. And if you do get a machine home, you'll get your training manual and some coffee added in there as the pack with us as well. But if you do have a bit of a challenge, pop us an email and we'll book in a time, and I'll give you a little bit of time to help you answer those questions. So that's where I guess the level of service is a bit different from our online store. So yeah, appreciate you shopping there, and hopefully we can help you out with the machine or grinder or whatever you might need. So.
Small Sneakers said, "Oh my God, thank you for informing us you're hiring. I'm moving to the area soon."
Cool.
Very
Pop your
cool.
resume in. Yep.
Yeah.
That'd be
That'd
great.
Nice to see you.
Yep.
Denny from WA said, "Can you open up a little Artisti franchise here in WA, namely York?"
New York. Where's York near?
I'm not sure.
I don't know. I mean, we travelled around there. Look, I think it'd be cool. It'd be cool to have a spot, but it's remote is hard. You know, being further away. But anyway, who knows? Find the right people, we can do lots of things.
Back to the iced coffee question.
Yes.
Not sure who asked the question. Said, "I'm in WA. Maybe that's why some places will do iced coffees."
It's hot in WA.
Yeah.
You need ice drinks.
Yeah.
You can't not have them, that's for sure.
Yeah, cool.
Cool, think that's about it.
So Danny said it's an hour and a half out of Perth. Okay. Anyway.
Okay, all right.
Cool.
Hopefully south.
Yep.
That's nice down that way. That
Alright.
corner, beautiful. All right, well, hey everyone, thanks very much for joining us. Really appreciate hanging out with us. Hope you've enjoyed a little bit around, some pour overs and seeing some new cool tools that we'll be playing with. But anyway, share this perhaps with somebody, one of your mates. If you haven't yet, please do. Like and subscribe. Obviously, you're viewing our live channel, which is great. But if you haven't already, hit the YouTube like button, please do, or subscribe button. We really appreciate it. We'll catch you next time. Cheers, guys. Bye.